SSL just released a new Spring Reverb plugin, and it got me thinking that I haven't really used Spring Reverb on anything in a really long time, nor have I found a Spring Reverb plugin that I actually like. I've tested most of the ones available from major developers, and Spring's by AudioThing, even though it's not the newest plugin, clearly a plugin designed with love for Spring Reverb. It can sound like anything from a typical musical Spring Reverb, and you can also get really creative with the sound design. They say it's a combination of modeling and convolution, but from what I can tell, they've taken impulse responses of all the units, and maybe the modeling part is more in the input-output stages and maybe a few other things. So let's get into it. So first things first, because it's definitely the most important part. If you click the side panels, you also have a volume button. I don't know what you would use that for, but you can. Let's start with the input section. So you have the normal things: input, wet, dry, drive. I didn't hear drive affecting the dry signal. I'm pretty sure the drive is only going to the wet. So this input filter has a little bit of a limitation. The highest you can cut off for a high pass is 500 hertz, and the lowest you can cut off for a low pass is 1 kilohertz. But it's nice that it has that filter there. Another useful thing to know is that if you right click on any parameter, you can lock it. So if you were to, say, randomize everything, you would have your the parameters that you locked stay the same, which is useful if you just wanted to try out random things and experiment a little bit. Okay, so let's go to the impulse response section. For this plugin, they sampled 19 different units. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, you can actually click this little question mark button and it'll give you a little bit of information about the unit that you're using. So you can open up the advanced area to edit the impulse response itself by clicking on that little wrench icon. And you can alter the pitch quite drastically. You can also test it by just clicking the panels. You can change the start and the end time. So the end time, it's updating here the length of the reverb, right? The decay. Some of them have like a pre-delay built into them. So if you wanted to shorten the pre-delay, you can change the start time. You can even like cut off the transient of the impulse response if you wanted to, if you're doing like some sound design stuff. You can change the envelope to fade it in if you want, and you can also change the curve of that. And same thing with fading out. You have the ability to change the curve as well. You can either double click or alt click to go back to the original setting. According to their documentation, the high quality button adds some more detail to the emulation, but I'm not really hearing that much of a difference. So each unit actually has its own noise profile that they sampled as well. So if you turn it up, you can actually hear them. So that might be cool if you're doing lo-fi stuff. You can also turn on the envelope follower, which kind of acts like a gate to your input signal. So the noise is only let through when you have input to the plugin. This emphasis knob, in their documentation, it says that it's adding some resonant frequencies that are specific to each unit. So it acts a little bit differently depending on the unit that you're using. And then it has a soft compression here, which is kind of nice to have. Now let's check out the output section. So this is pretty straightforward. You just have a high pass, a low pass, and then just a bell in the center. But I should talk about this mode button a little bit. So if you have it set to mix, the EQ is going to apply to both the dry and the wet signal. And if you have it set to wet, it's only going to apply to the wet signal. And then at the last stage, you have a soft clip. Okay, so let's actually try it out. I really like these early reflection presets on drums. They sound pretty cool. So basically the early reflections presets just really have short lengths, but it's pretty cool to add some character to percussion. Okay, I kind of like that. All right, let's try it on guitar. See what we can do. I should say that this guitar also has like an auto filter on it baked into the sample. Should we just try clicking some random stuff and see what happens? Works for me. Let's add some spring reverb to the keys too. That's kind of cool. It's not really like washing the keys out with reverb or anything. It's just kind of like giving it this extra texture kind of sitting below it. So that's just a quick look at what it can do in a musical context, and I pretty much have no complaints, but I think it would be cool if added the option to reverse the impulse response. If you're looking for a spring reverb and you think this sounds interesting, I highly recommend checking out their demo and playing around with it for yourself. See ya.